Welcome back to Coffee Break. We're going to continue our discussion from episode 2, but we're going to hear more about our learning development and certifications to come from Zachary. Grab a cup and tune in.
And our tag team. Okay, so Zach, can you introduce what you do in your department?
Sure. I work on the learning and development team. Mm-hmm. Our team deals with preparation material for the different courses. Mm-hmm. Mainly major course at this time, but starting as well with ESL, which is there's test classes happening right now for like the level 7 and the major course level certifications. Because the process for getting certified is changing. Mm-hmm. So currently, and maybe for the next month or two, the way it works is, you do mock class for the low level, and you do a mock class for high level. If you pass those, then you can basically teach all the major course levels, except for level 1 and level 6, which are invitation only because they're more difficult. So it requires a different type of skill. But basically, you do the mock class for low level and high level, and then you can teach levels 2 through 5, basically. But what's going to start happening within a few months is basically you will do a mock for one level. So you'll pass through the interview, and then you'll do like a level 2 mock. And then you'll get certified for level 2. And then once you're in the contract process in that time period, and as a regular teacher, you can do the certifications for level 3, 4, 5, and maybe then level 6 or level 1. But you'll do a mock for each level. You'll have to go through the material for each level and then do a separate, shorter mock for every single level. So the process is changing. So in order to prepare for that, we've been making material for every level that the teachers can go through, and then after going through the material, they can be prepared to do the mock for those levels. Mm-hmm. In the short term, the next phase, it's still going to be like level 2 and 3 together, mm-hmm. and level 4 and 5 together. But starting in the fall, it's going to be like 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll add 1 and 6. So each of these certifications is pretty comprehensive because it involves a lot of material, and also we've been trying to do a different type of process where we get input from teachers about how they teach, and then we edit them talking about how they teach different levels, and then we also put that with them teaching an actual class. So we have, like, for the level 2, which we launched recently, has maybe like 30 different video clips spread throughout the whole thing. And for that one, we also spoke with curriculum, and we also spoke with a learning partner. So trying to give teachers the full perspective. I mean, we've always focused on, the structure of something from a curriculum standpoint, or the teaching techniques that would be involved from what we would say that they are, and moving more towards, this is what parents like, this is what parents see, this is what curriculum sees when they're thinking about it, and this is what a teacher who's taught this course, what they do when they're teaching it. So we really think that this will give teachers, it'll make them very well prepared for when they're teaching, and hopefully, and this is a process even when it starts, because now we can, with the teachers might have noticed very recently, there's a new function, speaking of product, there's a new function in the material where teachers can leave feedback and comments on every single piece in the highly recommended section. So we can actually check the feedback. So So as soon as we launch something, we can start getting feedback from teachers. If it's useful, if it's not useful, and then their actual typed comments. And then we can review those comments and make changes continuously based on the feedback we get.
So is it better for the teachers to, from your perspective, would it be more beneficial for them to submit their feedback through this method you just talked about, or would it be better for them to open a ticket? Which one would get more traction?
I mean, if it is purely a feedback about the material that they're looking at, then it would be better to write it in there.
Okay.
Because then that feedback will go directly to me or someone on the learning and development team, and then they can take immediate action. It doesn't have to go through it doesn't have to go to a ticket and then it would end up coming to our team, but in a kind of a roundabout way. But if it's something that's not related to the material, if it's related to something else, if we get it there, we're not going to do anything with it. We would only take comments there that are about the material itself.
I see.
Yeah.
How large is your team?
Currently, 10 people.
Okay. So 10 people developing materials. And are you still a teacher? Do you still teach for VIPKid?
I do. About 7 to 8 hours a week.
Whoa.
Depending on how I'm feeling.
Why do you feel the need to do that?
I mean, I didn't teach for a while. I stopped teaching for about a year and a half after I arrived in China, but then I started feeling that I wanted to get back into it to fully understand. It started with like level 7 actually, and even before that, the other like new things that were happening, I wanted to be a part of teaching new curriculum to see how it's going. And then I started getting booked for even like the static curriculum and for level 4 and level 2 and level 1. And the thing is, I've had a hand in a lot of the preparation material for all of these levels, especially with the new certification center material. And it's helpful for me to really understand where the students are coming from and what the teachers do on a daily basis. And I like it. I mean, I really actually enjoy interacting with the students.
So what is your teaching style?
More reserved.
Yeah, what is your teaching style?
I mean, I feel like I'm an actor.
Yeah.
Because I think you know me in the workplace as someone who's not necessarily the most outgoing individual.
Very calm.
But when I'm teaching level 1, I will go all out. Like I'll be like doing the movements and the singing. I like singing. It's fun.
Really?
But singing with the kid in level 1, a lot of it is like singing and.
Yeah.
Do you like singing?
I like singing in the classroom.
Oh, I gotta
Can
go
I
watch
come
your.
watch?
Yeah, I gotta go watch your playbacks.
I like singing in the classroom because the level one always has the unit song, and,
Okay.
the intro and the end always has a song. So that's a lot of fun.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Coffee Break. For more great content like this, follow our channel, subscribe, and look for new videos to come out soon.